Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm so sorry that I've been absent this week for any form of colour along. It has been a really hard week at work. Obviously I can't go into details, but I'm just wiped out. So I've come home, finished early today, thank goodness. I say that, but I really love my job. And I really feel like starting in Serene. I know a few of you wanted to see a colour along in it, so let's do it. I've got my Prismas handy by the side of me, and I have selected this page. Isn't she beautiful? And I'll be honest with you, I've selected this page because it's probably one of the easiest ones in the book to do a colour along with, because they're such highly detailed images that it would take a long time and many parts for us to get through doing a colour along together. So I've got quite a few skin colours out by the side of me, pale skin colours. So what I'm going to do is show you the pencil each time I use it, rather than hold them all up, because it could take some time and there might be a bit of chopping and changing. So if I bring the camera in and we focus on her face, I always do the skin first because it helps me to bring the page alive, and then I can figure out the rest of what other colours I want and the feel of the image, if that makes sense. So the first Prisma that I've got is, can you see, light peach, which is 922. I hope you can pick up on that. So light peach 922. Just trying to get it to show up a bit better. There we go. Alright, so I am going to do a very light coat of peach and let the colour build up. I haven't used water medium in this book. If you have got it and you've used water medium in this book, please could you let me know how it goes, because I would love to do painting in this book with it. But somewhere in the back of my memory is Dee Dee Willingham saying, oh, the book doesn't like water mediums. So if you know, if I've remembered that correctly, I haven't just dreamt it, could you let me know? That would be really helpful. So I'm using the side of the pencil. I'm holding it as far back as I can to just build up a very light layer of light peach. And it's going to take some time. So be patient with it. The harder you press, the less layers you're going to be able to put on. And then you're going to get, it's going to be harder work. When you want to put other colours on, you're also likely to get it to be looking streaky, and that's not what we want. We want a nice smooth skin tone, so it does take time. A bit like the polychromos is how I would tackle skin with Prismas. Light coats, light layers, and let it build up. I don't want to fluff her up. This is the most magical book, and I've got Nick Filbert's Fantasia book, and there's some images in there that are absolutely incredible too. He is up there in the top artists for me for colouring. He really is. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but if you go and have a look at his Instagram, his tattoos that he does are, well, if you were going to be tattooed, it would have to be by Mr. Filbert, let's put it that way. They are, you know, so lifelike. He really is incredible. So, I've rambled on about the artist, I've rambled on about the paper, which is really good quality, thick. If you haven't got this, can you hear that? Really thick, good cardstock. Which is why I'm wondering whether water mediums would work in it or not. Because if they do, it would save a lot of time. and I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to wreck it. So yeah, so I'm loving my job, I really am. Since I've gone part-time, I'm having to save the pennies a bit more, hence the lack of hauls recently, because obviously I've lost money going part-time, and I'm saving for the I want to save for the luminance is what I want. I want the luminance pencils really, really badly, so I'm saving my pennies for those, and I'm being a good girl. My one of the children at school, I took one of our colouring books in, the Adorable Animals grayscale colouring book that I've got. I took that into school for one of the girls that I work with, and she's really, really, actually very good at it. So I gave her that colouring book, begrudgingly. She didn't know that, but I thought, well, what the hell, I've got all these colouring books, I can reorder it. So I gave it to her, and then put it back on my Amazon wish list to remember to repurchase it. And my dear friend, who I have been emailing since the beginning of my channel, Pandit, purchased it for me and sent it to me, and oh my god, I was just so overwhelmed because, like I say, I've been saving pennies, trying to behave, and to have that book again and be able to use it is just incredible. So if you are watching me, Panda, I have sent her a thank you, obviously. Yeah, it was just so lovely that people think of you to do that for you. I couldn't get over it. You know. So it was quite emotional. So what I'm going to do, lovely people, is I'm going to go off camera and keep layering until I've got a good peach tone on her skin, and then we'll meet back up in a second so that we can add the different colours. So all I'm doing is just going to build up a good coverage of light peach on her skin, otherwise we'll be sitting here for hours and hours. Alright people, see you in a second. Okay, hopefully you can see that I've done a very light coat of the light peach on her skin. Now it's not even indication, we've got a very strong image where the shadow is going to play in this picture. So what I want to do is use peach 939, I think that is 939, to lay a coat over the shadow areas. So we're going to start to deepen it up, and again I'm just lightly putting it on, and we'll probably have to go over and over and over this to build up the colours. That's just how I do it. I mean, if you're more confident about going in with deeper colours, then by all means, you know, you do it how you're successful at it. This is just how I'm choosing to do it. So I'm coming around her nose, and I'm just really going to start to deepen up that area with the peach. So I've now got a good layer of the wax on the paper, and the colours will start to build up quicker. So I hope you're all well and keeping sane in these crazy times. I'm so looking forward to being able to go out, you know, just to wander down the shops or something, you know, just something different than homework, homework, homework. You know, it just becomes a drag, doesn't it? But I do have some happy mail to show you in another video. I won't spoil it, but because the person that sent them to me wants to remain anonymous, and that's absolutely fine, and I'm so excited to show you what they've sent to me that we'll do another video on that. So very exciting stuff. So, like I said, I'm just finding all the dark areas and putting this peach down, which will start to help us build up these dark areas. A little bit in there. Isn't it a beautiful drawing? We're so lucky, aren't we, with the... I hope my shadow's not in your way too much. Let me come in a little bit. I don't want to come in too much because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. We're so lucky, aren't we, with these incredible artists that we get to colour in. Okay, just got a little bit round here. A little bit in there. And I'm just going to stick with Nick's shading at the minute. I'm not doing any clever trickery. Not that I do. I'm just going to try and move that, A, so it doesn't wash out the colour, but B, so try and take some of the shadow off for you. So I'm going in here. This is going to be very dark. Right, anywhere that I've missed, little bits. I've done bits up here. And hopefully you can see that the colour's building. I'm trying to not come in so close because someone's commented again that my hand was in the way in one of my colour alongs, so I mean, I know you don't have to see every single stroke that I put down, but if my hand's in the way, then it's going to be a pain for you, isn't it? So I'm trying to not zoom in so close so you can see what I'm doing. Yes, happy mail. Oh, I'm so lucky. I feel so blessed. My beautiful book, I've got my beautiful book back from my lovely friend Pandit, and these next things that I will show you is, well, it's just so exciting. Okay, that was peach. Now, scary stuff. I'm now going to go in with Henna 1031. Now, this is I've got a very red tone to it. Actually, I've got to turn that off, see if that... Let me just switch that off. There you go. Let's see, because it's washing out the colour. I want you to be able to see the colour. So, yeah, so Henna. And I'm going to follow again. I'm going to go over the peach that we put down. And I'm going to start to build that colour in these dark areas. Gosh, I hope this works. Because other than that page that I started at the beginning of the book and I've never finished, I don't really know an awful lot about the paper. Paper feels lovely. The prismas seem to be responding really well to it. I do prefer skin tones with my polychromos, I have to say. It's less work and I think you get a much smoother skin colouring out of it, but prismas are very popular, lots of people have them. Okay, so let's move up here. So I do apologise if there's a part of a video where my hand has been covering it at any point and you've not been able to see too well what I'm doing. I am going to try my best to keep it out of the way. So this is a really deep red colour, so you need to be careful, but because we're using light layers, we will be able to go over and blend it through. So this is only our very darkest shadows. I'm just trying to work it so that my hand's not in the way. Around here. And beautiful bit there. I don't know what that's called. I'm just bringing it out slightly, excuse me, from the shadow so we can help to blend that out so it's not a stark line. And hopefully you can see how lightly I'm using it. I'm not smushing it down. We will eventually do a heavier layer, but okay, it's beginning to come to life. That blend out. A little bit out there. Just push the page down. It's bouncing, making it. Well, it's making it difficult to colour. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit in the dark parts of her lips. So, and I have put light peach on her lips too. So there is already like a bit of a wax coating on there. I'm not going to do too much because I don't know what colour I want them yet. Whether I want them more natural or lipstick like lips, I'm not sure. Let's just go with the flow, people. Okay. And there's a tiny bit here. I'm on the top of her lip there. Just bring that on. Okay. Alright, so I'm now going to go back to peach. So not light peach, I'm going back to the peach, which we laid down before. And I'm going to lightly colour over that. And then I'm just bringing that out a little bit further. This will just help to blend it in. And what I'm trying to do is disguise the artist's black lines, so Nick's black lines, so it looks like I'm a fantastic colourist. Cheating! No, it's not cheating. So this peach should just help to smooth that all out. just help us to be ready to do more layers, or at the moment, like I say, I'm just going with the flow. These are tried and tested colours, people. This is a well-known combination on YouTube so far. So we know these colours work. I'm not using anything drastically different. I'm going to give some peach on her lips, where we put that henna down. You'll see lots of colourists use this combination. Because it works. We haven't finished yet, so it's not going to look like this when we've finished. We just have to be patient and let it build up. There's my hand in the way again. It's really awkward. Okay. I'm going to bring that down a bit further, that peach, into her lip. Okay. Now you are going to see the sketchy lines here of shadow, but that doesn't bother me really. Okay, we've got her neck. I'm trying to move the book up. It's a very big book. That's why I ask. Oh, excuse me. I've just pressed a button on the computer. Let me move my keyboard right out of the way. Got the video that I was watching. There we go. Yeah, that's why I was asking about if you could use water mediums on it, because we could do a picture so much more quickly with skin tones and base colours and things like that, if it would work. I daren't test it, people. Alright, so we've got a bit of peach. We're getting a bit of a skin tone now. Now, excuse me, let's have a sip of drink. Another colour I like to use is chestnut. And this is really good for shadow areas. So 1081. So I'm going to go in those darkest areas with the chestnut. I've got quite a sharp point at the minute, which will help to get into the tooth of that paper. Again, obviously a red colour. It's got a little bit more of a brown hue to it than the henna. But it works. They both work really well together. And this is my own little twist on skin tones. So right. Eyes. Oh, this book's so big. Hang on, bear with me. I've got my bits and pieces everywhere. Okay. So, round your eyes. And these colours that I'm using would work for any Caucasian skin tone. It doesn't have to just be in Nick's book, but bearing in mind that if you are using these, you're going to have to probably be even lighter and more cautious with them than I'm using them here, because Nick's shading is very dark. So be aware of that if you are going to use these two colours, henna and chestnut. Because like I say, you don't want to make her look like she's been punched in the face. Let's go around this eye. I'm just checking you can see. I'm going to bring that in there. That's really dark around there. We've got really dark in here. We'll put a little bit more on the shade of her nose, not too much. But it will lighten when we put the other layers back on top, as it did with the henna. On the side of her beautiful nose. In here. So can you see it's kind of filling up those sketch lines? But it does take some time. I hope you're not bored. Okay, some more in her lips. There we go. There. Okay. And guess what? Back to peach. There we go. 939 peach. And we're going to go over those darks again. And just lightly, I'm just blending that colour in. It's very hard to do a video showing you everything that you do on skin with and to have a short video. It's not going to happen because it takes such a long time to build up those layers. But we are beginning to get there now, people. Beginning to get quite a nice tone coming on. What I think I'll do with her lips is just add a paler pink in there and just leave them as a kind of natural. She's just beautiful as she is, isn't she, really? So I'm just going to make sure that I feel that that's all blended out. I'm just doing around her neck here. So it's all smoothed out. I'm not pressing hard. I'm still using like the side of the pencil, that if you look at the tip, can you see where it's worn down that side? So I'm just using that the side of the pencil rather than a tip. Okay. I'm just going to try and keep out of your way, but do a little bit around there. Okay. Just make sure your happy with it, how it's blending out. Can you see? To keep moving it up and down, it's so big. Okay. Just turned the pencil so I've got a sharper edge for this part. I'll just blend that bit a bit better. Okay, I don't want to get too cocky about it, people. I just want to follow what Nick's given us. So this will be the start of her cheek in there. So I'm just going to bring that peach into the light peach. Around her chin here. Just going to bring some of that peach in. We know where her cheek is on that one because Nick's given it to us, so I'm just trying to... There, okay. Alright, let's add some pink. So I have got, let me just see, Nectar 1092, and I'm going to bring that in now over that peach. And bring that out onto her face. Just a little bit under there. We'll do a little bit of nectar around here. I promise you this colour along will get faster. It's so difficult to show you in real time because I don't want to cut the camera and say, oh, this is how I'm doing it, because you're not going to be able to follow along if you're not sure. Okay, so I've got that nectar down. Now I'm going to introduce Pink Rose. Come on, camera. 1081 Pink Rose. Okay, now I'm going to use the Pink Rose to blend that nectar out. I'm not pressing heavy still. Come out a little bit further here. We can have a little bit of that Pink Rose on her nose. Around there. And obviously blend out that nectar there. I'm going to try and blend that edge out. A bit round there. It won't hurt to add this very pale pink to the skin tone. A little bit maybe around that eyebrow. And bring it onto the nose there. Above the eyes. It will just soften her down. Just trying to break that edge up there. There we go. Okay, I'm going back now to where are we? Light peach. I do apologise for the state of my Prismas. That was my old Derwent pencil sharpener that did that, like put those holes in it. So this is light peach 922. And I'm going to blend that out. Around here. Back up on her forehead. Okay, keep going. I'm just going to keep working that pink rose and nectar in because I just want some more pink in there rather than just peach orangey look. I'm going to put that definitely on her lips. This is pale peach. Let's help blend that through up round her chin. So anywhere we put that pink, I'm just going to try and help it blend in with this pale peach. She's looking cute, isn't she? That's better. I was a bit worried about that then. I thought, oh no, Lucy's fluffed it up. Turn the camera off. But you've got to bear with it. It will work. Just like I say, be patient and gentle. Let the colour build up. So if you're finding that yours is streaky or you can't get any more layers down, it's probably because you're pressing too heavy. Just bear with it. Go with the flow and just enjoy it. Let the pencils do the work for you. Let that colour build up. You will do it. Just believe in yourself and just lessen off that pressure. Okay, quite pleased with that. So I'm just blending her neck out with pale peach, and I'm pressing a bit heavier now. This will help to just move the colours and get rid of any harsh lines that you weren't sure or happy about. And rid us of any horrible streaks. What do you think, people? I think she's cute. Right, back to the pink. Where is it, Lucy? So back to Pink Rose 1018, and I'm going on her lips. And I'm thinking that I might deepen that up. So what other pinks have I got? Let's try this one, which is just pink. 929 pink. Let's try that. Oh, that's nice. And then we can go back in. So that's pink. Go back in with our light peach and move that. Just move that in. And then I'm going back to chestnut 1081, and I'm going to put those dark bits back in. we go. So it kind of starts to build up that character. We can kind of see, I don't know, for me it's like I can see who she is, and it like builds your imagination. So I'm just light peaching again. Just helps you to, well, for me, just helps to create the character. There. I don't think I'm going to play too much more, folks. I think I'm going to build this side up a little deeper, like I've done on her neck, just here. And then I think I'm more or less happy with her skin. I think there's a, for me anyway, there's a definite tendency for me to overwork things and spoil it. And I think at the moment, I think she's got a beautiful skin tone that I don't want to wreck. So I'm going to go off camera and just deepen up that and play with the neck. I've got a couple of streaks down there in the neck that I would like to sort out. Then we're going to come back and I think we'll do, I don't know what we'll do. I'll come back when I've finished her face with a plan, people. See you in a second. I'm back, folks. So I've finished her skin and I am really pleased with how it's turned out. But I haven't decided yet on what colour I want her eyes. So, I'm looking at this headdress. Now I think this is part of the headdress because her hair's like short and choppy and I don't think that that's part of it. I think this is part of this headdress she's got on. So, excuse me. Let's come in and have a look. Do you see what I mean? It almost looks like, sorry, but that's all headdress over the top. So that's how I'm going to do it, and just a little bit of hair. So I've got 3 colours, and they're going to go in this order. So I've got bronze, PC1028, jasmine, PC1012, and cream, 914. I'm going to try and make it look like sort of a natural, I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm going in with cream. I'm going to do one section at a time. So I'm lightly putting in cream there. Then I'm going to take the bronze and I'm going to start to bring that bronze in. And I'm just doing it really lightly, the same as I did the skin. Just because if it does mess up, it's easier to erase. And to fix it with another colour. So I'm coming up here. Trying to keep my hand out of your way desperately. Okay, so we've got a bit of bronze in there. Now I'm going to go in with this gorgeous colour. I love this, jasmine. If my camera's going to let you see, jasmine. Let it refocus. There we go. And then I'm going to bring that jasmine out. Go over the bronze. And then go in with cream. Okay. Now I can go in and deepen that up now. There we go. So I think I'll do the headdress with you and call it that for one video, because I think it'll be very long if I don't. Okay, back in with jasmine. And then finish off with the cream. So I think I was trying to look like a sort of natural unbleached sort of cotton. That's, I think, probably what I was looking for. The words. I'm not with it, folks. I'm very, I love Saturdays, relaxing. It's now Sunday, and my poor husband had his COVID vaccine on Friday, and he was as poorly as I was too, so he's still in bed. So it's been kind of a very weird weekend, really. So I'm coming in with the bronze again. I'm going to pick out Nick's darkest bits. Those I'm going to do as parts of leaves. And when I did research using watercolours in this book, and I was right, it kind of soaks up the water and leaves like almost the pigment sitting on top. So I'm thinking to steer clear of water mediums on here. So I'm not thinking of doing much of a spectacular background, maybe just pan pastels fading out into nothing. So let's do this bit. So I'm going to put the cream down, and by doing it bit by bit like this, I know it seems tedious, but it's more organic, you know. It's not, each section is not going to come out exactly the same, which is how I want it. And it also helps me to stand back and have a look at the image and see where the colour should go, because it's quite a busy image. Even though it's probably one of the easier images in the book, it's still quite a busy image. Okay, bring in the bronze. This bit's dark around here. Can you see? Yeah. Yeah, so it's been kind of a weird weekend, really. With my husband in bed all weekend, feeling poorly. Just to reassure you though, if you're waiting for your vaccine, it goes quickly. You know, I think I was poorly for about a day and a half, and then it lifts, so please be reassured. There. I'm really pleased with that, actually. I think that looks really nice and doesn't take away, you know, you can put some colour around the face, and sometimes oh, wrong colour, cream, and sometimes it will flatten out the colours you've put on the face, you know, make it look too pale. So I've never used this bronze pencil before. I don't know why, because it is a lovely colour. So I'm just coming in and deepening up where I've gone over that leaf there, look. Let's get rid of that. I think it is. Okay. This is jasmine now. And then our cream. So I might go back to this little bit up here. See if I can get more colour in there than grey. That's better. That's better. Oh, I like it. Okay, so then we've got these bits down here. So I'm going to leave that band out. Actually, I don't know whether to just, yeah, I'm going to go over it and just give that band a colour of its own. And this is why I thought it was a headdress, because you've got this bit here, and plus the fact her hair's short and choppy, and then that's like wrapped over. So, right, so we've done the cream. I'm now going in with the bronze. Probably a bit of a dark combination to be undyed cotton, to be fair, but the grayscale, I want to cover a certain amount of the grayscale, so I'm pleased with the combination though. Here we go. It is a lovely book for coloured pencils. Really likes the Prismas. Excuse me. And I was watching someone yesterday when I was doing my research about watercolours, and apparently people, this paper also loves the Black Widows. So my lovely YouTube friend Kirsty from Kirsty Colour and Sketch really wanted me to do a page in this a while ago, and I think she was quite disappointed when we didn't when the vote didn't win. So if you're watching, Kirsty, I hope you like it. A little bit of dark up there. Sorry I wasn't in shot, I do apologise. Got a bit of the bronze in there. Okay, a bit more around here. Then jasmine. And then our cream. There. I'm going to deepen up this bit here still. There's something going on there that's not quite, doesn't feel quite finished. There we go. So then this piece here, I think I'm going to do the same as we've done over here. I'm just deepening that up. And then I'll put the bands of colour in like we were going to do here. I'll faff with it off camera and deepen up the colours so that you're not sitting here for hours and hours. So if I go straight over this with the cream, I'm not quite sure what that bit is, to be fair, but we can always come back to it. And I'm going to put cream in the centre here and there. And then whatever I decide to do those stripes in, we can bring that into that border. There. Okay, so we've got a good base of cream. Let's get our bronze now. Okay, so we can see the shadows here. So I'm going to ignore the stripes. And I'm going to get that bronze in. So that'll go all the way along there. It's such a big book, I'm having to shift about to try and make sure that I keep you in shot. And down here. And then we've got some there. And there. I'm going to leave that bit because I don't know what it is at the minute. There. I'm not quite sure. So, jasmine. Okay. To deepen that up even further. Now at the moment I'm leaning towards a sort of chestnut red brown hair colour. So it keeps it sort of earthy tones is what I'm thinking. At the moment. Don't hold me to that. Going in with jasmine there. And then back in with our cream. That just helps move all those colours together as well. Around there. Just another layer of cream. A bit more bronze. Isn't she beautiful? She is so lovely. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous picture. Bronze up there. So I'm going to bring some jasmine in there. Just so it's not flat cream. Just like around the edges. What a lovely combination. I can't believe I've never used the bronze. What's wrong with me, people? What's wrong with me? There. A bit deeper in there. Okay. A bit more bronze. Just because. So I'll kind of blend that out a bit. Oh, and we've missed down here. This little bit. Jasmine. There we go. Now, if I zoom out, let's have a look at her now. Okay, so what I'm saying is sometimes when you put a deep colour around the face, it'll tone the skin tone down. And I really don't want to do that in this case. I love how her skin's come out on this occasion. So, I'm just thinking that I don't want to do the branch around her neck yet because it will smudge. It will smudge all the flowers and things that we've got to do. So what I'm going to do is call this video it, and then we'll do part 2 and finish her off, I'm thinking. And what I might do is use those colours down here in a dress as well, actually. Yes. That would be very good, wouldn't it? So it matches her head scarf. Yes, I do believe. So, anyway, instead of saying goodbye, I'm going to do this bit. So we're going to do it exactly the same. Lay some cream down. I'm going to avoid the flowers. Then I'm going to bring you in so you can actually see what I'm doing. Back in with that beautiful bronze. There we go. It's hard to know. You've got to take it step by step so that you, as the picture comes alive, it makes more sense. I hope that makes sense. I'm rambling on. Right, let's get the jasmine. Let's try that. Gosh, those two colours go well together. And then our cream. Then I'm thinking we'll liven that stripe up. We'll get colour in there. Obviously with the flowers we'll lift everything, but without taking away from her face. So, a bit more bronze. Gone over the flower there, a bit annoying. There we are, back in with jasmine. There we go. So, let's come right out and have a look now completely. There she is. I think that's going to work really well because we're going to have the rich colour of the flowers, the leaves, and if I make her hair that reddy sort of chestnut blend, then we're going to have these gorgeous earth tones and it'll just unify everything. Alright folks, I'm going to let you go for now so I can get this video up to you today, and I will keep colouring behind the scenes and recording so that I can get this finished picture up to you in the next couple of days. Alright lovely people, thank you so much for being patient with me and coming along and watching me colour in this gorgeous book. So until I see you in the next couple of days, take really good care of yourselves guys. Bye bye.